girl, I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not, okay? This is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl. And that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it, okay? And I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here, okay? You put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey, okay? Your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin pocket, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISOT down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Baby, come back. You could blame it all on me. Baby, come back. Listen, it's stuck in our head because I played it. All right, y'all, hold up. Y'all know I got my robe on. Hold up. How y'all doing today? Listen, we are back for Ratchet reality. All right. I've been watching Black Ink Crew all morning, girl. All morning. So I feel like I know. I feel like I have a feeling. And we're going to get into a few things. And then we're going to move on to the next Ratchet reality, because I just thought it would be best to split them up today. Y'all let me know how this sound is going. All right. Now it seems as if, notifications are probably lagging, child. I do not know. I do not care. They can catch the playback because I'm not about to be, sitting up here waiting on folks. Hey, everybody. Angel, so Compton fin to be like Chicago. We not fin to see fitting. Because, you fin for yourself, but you ain't fitting to, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay. But I know what you mean. We not fitting to see real tattoos, just drama and petty fights. Girl, what you thought? What Black Ink show you was watching where they was doing tattoos? Well, which one you was watching, girl? Because I don't remember one. Hey, everybody. I hope y'all are doing great today, okay? Let's go ahead and get into it, all right? All right, so sliding to the top. So I've explained to everybody how I'm doing this, but just to recap for those that may have missed, all right, I'm doing 2 episodes per show. So Black Ink Crew, we're going to do the last episode in the week before that I missed. Then after that, we're going to do Black Ink Crew Compton. This last week, one that I missed. Move on to Love After Lockup and Growing Up Hip Hop, same thing, okay? That's how we doing it. Let's go ahead and get into my notes. So the last episode, like the one that I missed that came out on the 14th, I think it was, all that was Bae made the brown skin, dark complected Black girls that came in for the tattoo competition amongst the sexes. Okay, y'all made the girl feel uncomfortable. Y'all made the girl feel bad about her skin tone. Y'all made the girl feel like she couldn't get certain colors. So they had to bring in famous tattoo artist Pooch. Y'all hear me? We good? Hold up. Let me. Because I wanted to not. Okay. We invited Pooch to come through and help everybody. Okay. First of all, Pooch helped them have a better understanding of how to tattoo dark skin and how to highlight tattoos with certain colors so that you can bring vibrance to the colors that they want. And also how to talk to people. Okay. You don't say, oh, we can't do color. You say, oh, we can do this and this color, and that'll bring out this. And we should stick to colors like this, and that. You know what I'm saying? But there's a way to do that where you don't make people feel like shit about their skin tone. Okay. And I honestly didn't know how I felt about Bae and the way she handled it, because everybody was acting like Puma was going off on her. And I was like, was he, or was he just reiterating and trying to gauge if you fully understood? Because he was telling you how the girl felt. And then you was like, I'm not thinking about that when I'm explaining to the client, and that's making an excuse. I know that you understand that you did something wrong. I know you understand that, and that may have made you feel uncomfortable. But honestly, babe, I'm looking at you sideways when you tell us how you started tattooing Black people. So you don't understand how tattooing dark skin is like an issue in the tattoo community, even though you started out tattooing Black people. This is what the fuck I be talking about. Last year, when Black Ink Crew was on and they were doing the Asian hate shit, I told y'all that I found it slightly problematic that y'all were giving an Asian woman a space to do Asian hate on a Black show that often represents disrespect of Black women. But you want to showcase how respectful y'all are of this Asian woman on the Black Ink show. And now this season, we're bringing, and it's the same season, but whatever, I don't care anymore. We're bringing attention to the fact that Bae may not necessarily know how to handle Black people, just as she feels they don't know how to handle Asian people. And I just thought it was funny that her argument came first. I just think it was funny. That's how you know that Bae is not really tattooing that Black ink. Because if she was, this issue probably would have came up a long time ago. Or it had come up and y'all were trying to ignore it until we started talking about y'all bringing the Asian hate shit on a Black show and ignoring how y'all treat Black women. So I honestly do feel like y'all listen to my reviews, and now y'all want to change the positioning of, you know, who's being villainized and who's the victim and who we're respecting, right? Because there's not all this new different language that's being used that I noticed. Puma was extremely triggered, but I also didn't feel like he went that far. He didn't curse her out. He was trying to get her to understand that that's a big fucking issue. How is it that you could not understand that that's an issue when you work at this shop? Like, then she disappeared. They were hitting her up. She wasn't answering. But then she gonna come back looking at C's like, oh, is he gonna fire me? Is he gonna fire you? Because you've been gone. He's wondering if you want to be there. I was just sitting up there like, did you really feel bad, babe? Or were you just pissed off that somebody made you seem like you didn't know what the fuck you were doing? And so you decided to tap out until you could collect your feelings. You were saying the right shit about how you don't want to offend anybody, but I didn't see that in your movements. And I love how all of the Black men had to hurry up. Bae is not racist. We don't see Bae as racist. Yeah, we're clear on that. We're clear that Bae isn't racist. What the issue is holding people accountable for their ignorances in certain rooms, in certain atmospheres. You're on Black Ink Crew working with Black tattoo artists in a Black shop tattooing Black people, and this is something that you don't understand, something that escapes you. Puma should have been pissed off. This is the fucking reason why they even started the tattoo shop in the first place, because they were treated like shit when they would go to the Latinos and the other people, and even some Black people go to them for tattoos, and they tell them that, oh no, we can't, you know, we can't do this and this and that, and make them feel like nobody wants a tattoo on their skin. I also love how the conversation pointed at Crystal and the rest of the girls who knew that Bae had said something problematic, and they all just decided to tap out and make that girl feel fucked up. I'm looking at the Black girl like you ain't shit. I'm looking at Crystal like you ain't shit. The only one who I feel like, you know, I wasn't looking at like shit was the one that actually did the tattoo. Vanity, I think that's her name. But then after the fact, I felt like she wasn't shit either, because she was like, if everybody else hadn't tapped out, she wouldn't have done the tattoo either. But you did it. And another thing, Caesar, It was very important for you to mention how you were thinking about firing all of the girls, even though Spider said the same thing to the girl he was tattooing, even though she was like maybe 2 or 3 shades, and I want to say two shades lighter than the girl that the girls were tattooing. Spider was just as terrible. Spider basically told that lady he didn't give a fuck about how she felt. She may not have called back and complained, but that's also because it was a man, and I bet you any money she expected to be treated like shit by a man. So I'm gonna just let it go because I like my tattoo. Whereas that girl is looking at you women like y'all should have done better by me. So I'm gonna complain about you bitches because y'all made me feel away. And I also think it's different hearing something like that from an Asian person versus hearing something like that from another black person. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there were a lot of reasons why Spider's client may not have responded in the same way, but I did not like the way he handled his client either. And I damn sure don't like the way y'all ignored that Spider also said something along the same lines that Bay did, and that he was extremely adamant about not giving a fuck what the client felt about her tattoo that was on her skin. Bondy, the Black Ink page on Instagram, black women be putting on their capes for Bay this episode. And they can do that by themselves. They can do that by themselves. They can do that by themselves. Like, no disrespect, but girl, fuck Bay. For what? What are we doing that for? What has Bay done that makes y'all feel like y'all should cape for her? Talk to me and tell me. None of them bitches wanted to tattoo her. All of them acted like they didn't want their work on her skin. But Bay definitely set the tone. Bay was the more seasoned tattoo artist that decided to skate out and leave. Unexperienced hairstylist with black hair. They acted as if she had a skin condition. I peeped how Bay liked being worshipped by black men, but felt how she was better than black women. You really need to look into starting bedroom Bondy line on your website, starting with robes. I love my robes. But yeah. I honestly, y'all, I'm indifferent to Bay, but I'm more so inclined to side eye her than to empathize or sympathize with her. And I also feel like it is just a precarious situation to watch relationships between ignorant ass black men and everyone but a black woman. I love how Crystal refers to herself as our community. I said, Crystal, our community? Don't get me wrong, Crystal. I see you. I can see what your skin tone is. But I'm also still looking at you like, our community, Crystal? Aren't you Latina? Not to say that there's not a crossover audience here. But I also felt like, oh, you got your braids in. Were you black before, or are you black because you don't want to seem like you're fucked up and you don't want to fuck up your possible clientele by making black women feel like you don't want to tattoo on their skin? And so you put your braids in and say our community. I don't know. But I look at the shop like a microcosm of the ignorance that, you know, a lot of you subpar successful black men live up to. And I call you subpar not because you're not extremely successful, C's, Ted, but because in my eyes, you are lacking something fundamental as a person, and you think having money and prettying yourself up is going to change that. But the inside is still the same. The inside, the lack of accountability, the ignorance, the woe is me, the pity. Why isn't everybody moving themselves around for me? Why aren't y'all turning yourselves into fucking pretzels for me? And I was just like, there's too much going on. There's too much going on this show that I find problematic. And then don't even get me into Black Ink Compton, where we're going to continue with the problematic behavior. But that was basically all that happened on the first episode that I missed, okay? Which was everybody having to check Bay. Also, I want to say, okay, so Sassy came back the following episode, right? Sassy came back to help C's and them do like a billboard photo shoot for Black Ink for the Black Ink franchise, for the magazine that they used to have and all of that, because now he's feeling this resurgence of, you know, showcasing Black art on Black skin. All for the photo shoot to mainly be Tati, Spider, and Alex. And that was the only people I saw, because Crystal and Rock couldn't come because Rock had his brother got in a car accident. And so Crystal was going to be with him. I actually like the fact that I feel like Crystal really loves Rock and is starting to appreciate him for the good dude that he is. Because I really do feel like they shit on Rock in that shot because he's not problematic. Any man that is respectful of his woman, any man that's not humbuggish, any man that's not doing this dick measuring contest with y'all hate on. Ted, you want to act like you got sense when we know that you hating on Rock heavy as fuck because Crystal is his old lady? Yeah, you're gonna act like you all in love and happy with your old girl, but you want Crystal to make sure that Rock knows he's not on the song because you want to make sure he knows that in some space he's not allowed, because you're mad at the fact that he pulled Crystal. Even if you don't fully want Crystal, it's still this energy of I'm hating on this nigga because I feel like he lame and he was able to pull this fine ass chick. Ted, all of your energy this episode with trying to get that girl in the studio so that you can convince her to tell her nigga that he couldn't be on her song. Like, if you said that he can't be on the song, why do you have to keep calling her to check in and ask her if she told him he can't be on the song? Just take his track off the song. Take his verse off the song. It doesn't have to be further conversation, especially if you're the one that's in control of the music being put out. So you just wanted to show your dominance because Rock, you felt like Rock was lame. So you want to show Rock, you ain't shit. I'm still that nigga, even though you pulled the chick that I could not pull. I was just like, and you know what's so funny, Rock? I hope that you use this platform and that you get away from these people and you become so successful in your life that this is a blimp of like a moment in history that you was just like, you know, a moment in time. Because the things that I have heard about Rock, the way I have seen Rock, is that he is one of those young dudes that's been put in fucked up situations and has still kept heart about him. Respectful to his girl, no matter how problematic she is, showing her love and patience, even though she one of those girls that tries to get the angry out of a nigga so that she can be turned on. And then I feel like he's been showing her different. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if people hate on Lyric. I don't encounter people that hate on my husband. I mean, I'm sure they, you know, people say things, but that doesn't faze me. And nobody in my life, whatever. So, like, you know, y'all got to understand the difference. Like, I'm not going to be around people that are going to think that they can press my old man like that. Another thing is that my old man is not a little nigga. That's another thing. They press Rock like that because Rock is small. They're not going to press 6'3", 250-pound Lyric. Like, Lyric is a nice guy, but Lyric is also a big nigga that grew up in the hood, in the country, like everybody else. Like everybody else. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? Our lives are not like that. We're not going to encounter people that's going to press him like that, because nobody's going to press him like that. Like, and anybody thinks they're going to press him like that, that's when my asshole comes out. Nobody's pressing my nigga like that. And I understand why Crystal get rowdy the way she do, but Crystal had to change her mentality about the way she saw Rock. Because Rock is not humbuggish, and these niggas are humbuggish. You looking at him like he weak, but actually he's the stronger one in the situation, because he's looking at the situation from, I could jump off the ledge and I'm gonna get fucked up because it's me against them and it's my girl. So I have to keep my head cool so we can get out this situation. Even though she think that shit cute, you know, ultimately we'll both end up being in a worse off situation if I don't keep my cool. And that's the way Rock thinks. Yeah, Rock is little and light skinned, so they think they can punk him. And he pulled that beautiful girl that all of them niggas probably lust after. I'm telling y'all, that shit annoyed the fuck out of me that they kept pressing him like that. But they didn't show up to the for the photo shoot. So I thought it was funny that this was supposed to be about showcasing, you know, Black people and Black excellence and all of this shit that y'all talk now that y'all got money about, you know, Black excellence. But the photo shoot was either people my color, or lighter, or Tati. I understand they were just taking pictures for fun. But where were the black models that y'all tattooed? Where were the brown skinned people that y'all tattooed that y'all were going to bring in to showcase this? I don't know what the fuck was supposed to be happening with this, but C's decided to throw himself a pity party on this episode. And so what was supposed to happen with that photo shoot never happened the way it was supposed to because he completely tapped out. I can't stand a person that feel like because they're going through personal shit, they no longer need to be professional. Nobody gives a fuck about your personal shit in business. And you know that because that's something that you tell other people when you don't want to make allowances or give a fuck about what they're going through. So I want to know why Sassy and her people were supposed to make time out of their schedules to come and do this for you, and you couldn't even give them the slightest direction that they needed because you and your feelings, because that stupid fucking press conference that everybody told you was a bad idea ended up getting you in worse trouble because you cared more about the public knowing that Crystal was lying. That's what you cared about. And a lot of you niggas are like that. A lot of y'all niggas act like y'all doing shit for the right reasons, and you're not. You're not. You're doing it for the benefit of what everybody thinks. You didn't want everybody to think that Crystal was telling the truth, so you did the press conference because you wanted everybody to know she was lying. Lying about what? About child abuse? You mean what your daughter said happened? Do you know the way to have fixed the situation, C's? Not doing the press conference, being there for your child. After that fight happened, after the initial fight, you were mad and in your feelings like a petulant, petty ass child because you're not really an adult when you get upset. And you don't understand that when your child is acting like a teenager, you're supposed to put your emotions to the side and act like an adult. You allowed for you and your girlfriend to put y'all hands, however that situation went down, allegedly. You allow for that situation to take place. And instead of going to your daughter and trying to fix the situation thereafter, you defended and kept your weird ass girlfriend who looks just like your friend that left the show. You keep her close and show everybody that what matters most is you and her and not you and your daughter. We told you back then, before you did the press conference, go make it right with your daughter. Take your ass to New York. Go knock on the door. Before there was something put in place that said you couldn't see her, go knock on the door. I would have been standing outside that motherfucker like, I want to talk to my kid. I don't care about none of this other shit. I just want to talk to my daughter. That was before they put that shit in place. But you didn't want to do that. You wanted to, oh, this is all bullshit. It's a lie and all of this shit and defend your stupid ass fucking girlfriend. Okay. So you did that. Crystal didn't stop talking shit online, but who the fuck follows Crystal? We saw the shit that Crystal posted one time. After that, like, nobody else was following that shit because nobody gives a fuck. Crystal been screaming into the darkness for years about your punk ass. And nobody, like, we care and then we don't. But the truth of the matter is, sees you're on TV, Crystal is not. Whatever Crystal says is still not being heard the way what you say is being heard. And you decide to go on a fucking press conference to put on social media because you can't get what you want to say out on a reality show that you're on because that show wasn't actually live at that moment. Y'all might have been taping, but the show wasn't airing. And you wanted people to know immediately that Crystal was lying, right? And Crystal was a piece of shit. And you're the consummate good father that hasn't been there every day since the girl was born. You done went in and out of that girl's life this whole fucking time. And then you want us to cape for you against Crystal and prove that Crystal ain't shit and she been keeping you from your daughter. When? When you got your teeth fixed? Because when you didn't have no teeth on the side, I can recall you standing outside on a fucking street arguing with Crystal. And it was because Crystal needed more from you, more time, more money, more effort, and you didn't want to give it, right? Because you wanted to do what the fuck you wanted to do. Because you're on a reality show and you in the streets and you got money and you that nigga tattooing all the celebrities. So you don't feel like you need to be there for your daughter on a daily basis, help her with her homework, pick her up, do things so her mom can have a fucking break. No, you want to be able to come in whenever it's suitable for you so that you can say that you're not a deadbeat. And now it backfired and the judge saw it as stalking or some form of abuse or violation, because what you ended up doing was Bringing, like Crystal can now say, because you did this press conference dog whistling to all of these niggas, and that's what you did. And I knew that's what you were doing. You get up there and you dog whistle to all of the niggas that hate child support and hate they bitter baby mamas, when we know a lot of the times y'all done dogged them women out, treated them women like shit, did something to deserve those women coming for y'all neck the way that they do. Y'all act like y'all ain't did nothing wrong. Child, I ain't gonna say about my own people that child, listen, I love y'all, but y'all ain't shit. Some of y'all ain't shit, and y'all do shit to get women to these places where they are so pissed off and angry because y'all have not done what y'all was supposed to do, not held up y'all part of the co-parenting bargain, but then want people to lie about it and protect your image. You did the press conference. The judge said you brought people to bully her. Like, you made it so that people were online bullying Crystal. So Crystal, and probably her daughter. So Crystal was then able to take that information to the judge and say his press conference caused me even more damage. So now you can't see your daughter or talk to her at all because the press conference caused more damage, which is what everybody told you it would do. But all you cared about was your image, right? That's what was most important. And now you on the fucking show crying to Ted and his thick ass shoulders about how you can't see the daughter and Ted can't reach out to her neither. I'm just kind of like, oh, word, that was a part of the paperwork that Ted can't reach out. I want to see it. I didn't believe it. I don't know why, but something said that doesn't even make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me that you wouldn't be able to, like, that, you know, your cousin, your mama, like, wouldn't be able to reach out to your daughter. That just doesn't even make sense to me. But whatever, y'all. Whatever. Y'all, Tati. Yeah, there's a lot of people on these shows that really don't like taking responsibility for the situations that they put themselves in. I love Puma this episode because Puma, first of all, Puma, I love you, but I hate the fact that I can tell that you be bullshitting and ass kissing because you don't even handle your life the way C's handles his life. And you be on this show with your cape on. Oh, poor C's. Nigga, you know you don't really feel like that. And the reason why I say that is because Puma, I feel like ever since I have known Puma, and I feel like I've known Puma since he only had one kid. And I don't think Puma has ever not been there for his children. Like, and I mean on a daily basis. Like, he's never really not been there. And so I know that he probably secretly feels like, this nigga ain't no real daddy, but I need this nigga so I can make more money. So I'm going to get up here and cape for this nigga and woe is me and, you know, ooh, woo, 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 sees when you know good and goddamn well that you have been able to do right by your kids, 3 of them, 2 or 3 of them at this point. His ass only got 1 and ain't did right by that girl. And they're going to sit up there and act like it's all Crystal's fault. But when the breakdown happened, Crystal wasn't even around. When the breakdown happened, Crystal wasn't around. But you're going to still blame it on Crystal instead of us dealing. And I think that's another thing. You talking about Crystal is a deflection because you don't want to talk about what we really needed to be talking about this season is, did you put your hands on your daughter? Because I really haven't heard y'all address that. I know you want to act like you didn't put your hands on your daughter, but I think you put your hands on your daughter because I think a lot of people think that they can still beat on, you know, their kids. And that's cool, you know, if that's what you want to abuse your kids, go ahead and do that. That's not my business. But I'm going to say, I feel like when a girl becomes a teenager and she got titties and all of that type of shit, you don't need to physically be touching her. And your girlfriend don't physically need to be touching her either. I don't care how mad she makes you. You don't need to reprimand her with your hands or any type of physical punishment. If you feel like she disrespecting you, take shit from her. Send her back to her mom's house. Go tell her to go to her room. Give me the phone. I'm locking you out the fucking Wi-Fi. Go sit in your room for 20 fucking minutes and get out of my face and let me decide what to do with your old disrespectful ass. Okay? Or you could have sat down with your daughter and asked her why she was feeling away. Because from what I understand, your daughter felt like you called her on that trip so she can play babysitter to your girlfriend's younger kids. And she felt played by that because she wanted to spend time with her father, not be the maid and the babysitter for the bitch's younger children. so that you could play daddy to those kids in a way that you did not play daddy to her. You don't want to deal with her emotions about how that probably made her feel because she acted out angrily like a teenager, and then you responded like an ignorant ass nigga and handled it physically, and then she calls abuse, which it is, and you gonna sit up there and deflect and say that Crystal is lying on you and it ain't never been no child abuse and all of this shit. Okay, it don't look that way to me. It look like lies you telling because you don't want to deal with what it really is. Tired of you niggas with this fake fugazi shit. Tati is at work tripping over her felony charge. Puma tells her she needs to take responsibility for the mistake that she made more than once. That's my thing, y'all. Listen, I know that people be out here doing illegal shit and getting away with it all the time, but there are some things that I just feel like you shouldn't even play with. And you know what you shouldn't play with, y'all? Don't play with the federale hood. Is that okay? Can y'all still hear me good? Don't play with the federale hood. Meaning, don't be out here sending cocaine to your fucking P.O. box. Girl, what was you thinking about? And then this is not the first time you've been involved in something like this, Tati. So now you want to be at work drunk and acting a fucking fool because you can't handle the stress of the situation that you've put yourself in. I can't deal with y'all and y'all lack of accountability. Y'all grown as fuck. And y'all really think that y'all can be out here in life doing things that you are not going to have to deal with. Like, why did you think you were going to be able to sell drugs and just get away with that shit? Everybody that's selling drugs should always be prepared for going to jail. Like, I don't understand what the problem. Please be prepared to go to jail. And what I mean by that, and it's not like, listen, and it's not like I don't understand how fucked up that is. It's not that I don't understand how it must feel for her. But what I'm saying is she ain't buying no weed, y'all. She had cocaine sent to a P.O. box. Girl, what? That's a level of stupidity that I just can't even deal with. So I'm sorry, I don't feel bad for you. And I was here for Puma telling you that you need to plan for the best case scenario and get on your fucking job and stop with all of this spazzing out on everybody because you want somebody to feel bad for you. Don't nobody feel bad for you. This your second time being in a stupid situation like this. So since they was doing, like, right, a felony, bitch, a felony. What is you playing with the federale hood for, bitch? You is stupid. Spider, y'all know Spider has an issue. I don't even know what they call it, but it's this pain that he gets in his head. And he went to the doctor, did an MRI, thought he might have needed brain surgery. He doesn't. They put him on a pain medication to, like, you know, deal with the pain and all of that. But I'm just wondering, what's the long term? Because being on pain meds for an extended period of time is not the business. It's just not. Shout out to Spider and his wife, though, because I feel like even though I think he's problematic and, you know, I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to just say that the way Spider acts towards Crystal, the way Spider acts in general in the shop makes me wonder how he handles his family, how he handles his woman. Because she seems super duper supportive, super duper down for him. You know, we're glued down to this nigga. But at the end of the day, like the way he acts sometimes in the shop, it makes me wonder what their family life is like. Because when you see him as a family man, it seems like they got a whole bunch of love and understanding and patience in their relationship. And then he come to work and I see a petulant big ass nigga that don't need to be around no woman since he can't control his emotions. So I just, you know, I wonder sometimes about the juxtaposition that I see with Spider and his family life and all of that. So Ted had that female rapper come in. No, I'm sorry, not Ted. This was a female rapper came in and got like the, y'all know the drama or the theater faces, which is a sad face, happy face, or cry face, happy face, whatever, got that tattooed on her. And she speaks on, you know, how it just showcases in life how there have been times when to everybody she was winning, but at home and at night she was crying. And the only reason I talked about this is because C says to her, you know, I don't have time to be crying. Because, you know, whatever they talk about when they tattooing is reflective of what's going on in their life usually. And he did a great tattoo. I did not like the fact when he said that shit about, I ain't got no time to cry. And I was just like, oh, you don't? You don't have time to cry? Not even in the shower? You don't have time to cry? You sound stupid. You sound stupid.
Y'all, when people say, so you don't have time to cry, maybe if you had time to deal with your emotions, you would handle your daughter's emotions better. Maybe your lack of understanding of your feelings and your lack of connectedness to how you're feeling and how to communicate that without acting like a child. And when I say acting like a child, is y'all stand up there and y'all fight back tears because y'all don't know what to say about how y'all feeling, because y'all feeling away because people are holding you accountable and not letting you get your way. I'm not moved. I'm not moved. I don't know why. I'm not moved. Not moved. I talked to y'all about Ted and his situation in the studio. Talked to y'all about the photo shoot shit. Told y'all about C's crying in a car. Yeah. So that's basically everything that happened on Black Ink Crew New York. I feel like I've said it all. His wife coddles him and tiptoes. That's what it felt like, but child, karma is a mean bitch. Don't feel sorry for any of these clowns. I don't. Acting up for the show. That's because Caesar is not emotionally mature. He cry, act like a baby on the show every chance he get. Don't he? It's always, woe is me. My life is so hard. Like, miss me, because no. All right, y'all, let's get into Compton, because that's even more problematic baby ass men. Niggas is fucking, oh my God, y'all are so pathetic. Like, KP and Tim, pathetic as fuck. Like, y'all know the scenes that make me like just look like, ew, y'all niggas are such children, and you don't know how much they're children until you see them around KP's dad. When KP's daddy comes around, you could see that KP is still a child and Tim is still a child pretending to be on the daddy's level. And I don't know who the other dude is, the tall, light-skinned guy that they have working there that also works at the other shop, Vatican, and is supposed to be helping them. He basically came in to do the job that Lemire wanted to do. Okay? And we don't see a lot from him, but he just co-signs the shit that KP and Tim say, and I just kind of feel like, get this shit out of my face. I just feel like it's disingenuous. I don't know you, but I can't believe for a second that your grown ass is involved in this bullshit like this. So y'all, KP talks to Star. Last episode, Star went the fuck off on Tim. Okay? And a lot of people felt like she did the most. She picked stuff up. She was throwing it at him. But personally, I kind of feel like he had it coming. He had it coming. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like Tim has no respect for women. And I see next week he's going to go and cry to the women in his family. And I'm just wondering who these women are who raised him. Who are these women? And are his tears going to work on you? Because I often wonder, like, who makes you niggas? Like, are there really women in your life that doesn't call you out? They don't call you out because you are really highly disrespectful to women. So I have to wonder what his relationship is like with these women that he's about to go and cry in front of. But I appreciated Star's energy towards him, even though I felt like she was overreacting. I feel like Tim does think that he can just say anything to anybody. And I think that KP acts like a bitch because Tim says something and you just sit there and don't say a fucking word, like a mute. And you always look drunk or high. And as somebody that gets that, I still find something off about how KP always looks extremely high. And then you go from being high to acting like a child. And so I feel like you don't deserve weed. If you don't know how to live your life and act like a grown-ass man, you don't need to be high all day. Weed all day is for people that have anxiety issues and they need help getting through their daily task. You just want to be high because you don't want to have to deal with anything. And I feel like, no. it seems like it's more of a hindrance than a positive to you. Okay? Because you just sit there. I'm sorry, y'all. Is it just me that feels like a lot of times KP looks like a dope addict? Like, and I'm not trying to shit on you in this respect, sir. Because everybody thinks that when you point out that people have obvious consumption problems with alcohol and drugs, everybody likes to act like you fucked up for pointing it out. But this is what you're showing me. This is what you're showing me. You're showing me you're always zooted. You're always high. You can't handle conflict without acting like a child. And whenever something needs to be handled, you tap out and call your daddy. You're a child. You are not a fully formed, functioning grown man. And so I feel like you shouldn't be out here high as much as you are because you can't handle your shit. Like I said, that amount of weed is for people that handle their shit on that amount of weed. And there are a lot of people that are highly functioning on weed because that's what we're assuming this is. They use it for anxiety. It helps them cope. They know the different types to take. In California, he should be on his sativas, okay? He should be on his sativas, getting that work done. Nigga, you look like you walking around on the weed they sell on the street. Because that weed don't have no, no caffeine number for you. You know, it's just whatever you get. You know what I mean? I hate an unfunctional pothead child. Do you hear me? So, the star situation. Tim says that he's not taking this disrespect. Niggas that have done nothing with their lives and feel like they're owed so much respect. It's hilarious to me. Even KP. KP is kind of what we did in these streets. What we did in these streets. What did y'all do in these streets, KP? Talk to me and tell me because I'm wondering what the fuck you be talking about. What we've done in these streets. What does that mean? What does that mean? What is that, hood logic? Oh, you've been in it, you've grown up there. So that means that people need to just do what you want them to do because you grew up in Compton? Okay. Y'all okay. Okay, all right then. So production comes in. Look like the EP for this show is some mixture of a woman of color. I couldn't tell because her last name said Latino, her eyes said Asian, and her baby hair said black. So I did not know, okay? But something feels black and something feels Asian Latina. I'm not sure. Maybe it's an Asian Latina mixed with a black. Or maybe a black Asian mixed with a Latino. Or maybe a black Asian mixed with a... Look, whatever the makeup is, sis came in there giving you 3 different ethnicities all at once, okay? But the fact that she came in and she, as a woman, sits down with them and tells them that they went to the city, to Compton, to the city, so that they can get their permits to tape the show, and found out that there's still a no tattoo ordinance in Compton. Now, the first season, there was a no tattoo shop in Compton ordinance because they feel like a tattoo shop is the gang-related behavior they're trying to get away from. So KP's dad did some shoulder rubbing and some politicking and was able to get them what they needed. The pandemic happened, that mayor went out, a new mayor came in, and the old ordinance stood. So KP's dad had to go and hub-nub and rub shoulders again and use his contacts to fix the situation. And a lot of the times I am wondering, what is happening here? KP, what are you doing with your life that at 30-something years old, you still have to call your daddy in to help you, and your daddy is not bringing you in these rooms so that you can form these relationships yourself, so that you can handle these things yourself? It seems like you still want to be of the streets. And you don't understand how that street shit don't work in City Hall. That's why when your daddy go down there, he can make shit happen because nobody sees him as a street nigga that's loaded out of his mind. And at any moment, him and his little dusty ass sidekick are going to flip out when they're not getting their way, which is what y'all give. Y'all also give punk ass. Punk ass makes me feel like y'all are only tough until a tougher nigga is in the room and then you a bitch, i.e. Tim, KP. I'm sorry, but I don't respect men that act like they all big and bad when they're around weaker people. When y'all are around women, when y'all are around the light complected niggas that y'all think aren't that hard, that y'all can punk. Y'all do all of this street hard shit. But as soon as y'all get around KP Daddy or some other hood niggas, then all of a sudden y'all are acquiescing to the bigger men in the building. Y'all pussy, for lack of a better term. Okay? And you blame production. That's the thing that made me mad in this scene is that KP jumps up pissed off at production talking about, they don't know y'all. Y'all shouldn't have went in there without talking to us first. And y'all, nigga, you can't even go in there because you don't have no clout. You need your daddy to go in there. So don't talk to the executive producer with the production company that's also working with fucking Viacom, a show that Viacom has slated to put out. Do you really think that you and your braids was gonna go in there and help the executive producer get the shit that she needed? Or what? The show, the production company was supposed to come to you so that you could call your daddy before they got the permits to film. What? That's not how any of this works. That's why they didn't come to you. Why would they come to you? And now you're mad at her? Talking about she didn't know. She did what the fuck she was supposed to do. That's exactly, Jamia. Exactly, Jamia. Exactly. How the fuck you asking for permission from the niggas in the streets, but you don't have permits? Get him away from me, okay? Get him away from me. Basically, it was a miscommunication. Daddy needed to go in there and talk to some people, okay? They had the idea to go with Corey. That's the artist, the new guy that's taking Lemire's spot. They go to the Vatican. I thought this was funny. Corey can have another tattoo shop that he works at. He can even bring that tattoo shop on your show to promote it. But y'all got a problem when Voodoo or one of the other girls, Nessie, whoever, are working at other tattoo shops and promoting while y'all don't even have permits, while y'all not even in business. That's another thing that work on my nerves about them complaining about Star never coming to work. Y'all ain't open. What's she gonna do? What's she coming there for, Tim? Talk to me. Tell me, what is she supposed to do? There are no artists to manage. There are no clients to manage. So what is Star coming to the shop for when y'all are not open? Somebody fucking tell me. Tim, when you gonna come to work? She not doing enough. What do you mean? Because she's not walking around all day with KP like she don't have shit else to do? And then we find out that the reason why Star hasn't been there as much is because Star's grandmother is going through dementia and now is at her house being taken care of by her. And that's overwhelming. Anybody that has a grandparent or a parent that goes through that, they know how difficult that is to deal with. And y'all talking about family, but it only works one way. Never did you ask Star what was going on with her. You just said that she wasn't loyal enough to y'all. Y'all don't include her. Y'all don't call her when shit is going on, but she's just supposed to show up to work. What? Y'all don't do y'all part of calling her and telling her, hey, we got this going on. We need you to come through. If you call somebody and tell them you need them to come and work and they don't come, then we can have a conversation about them not showing up to do their job when the camera's not here. But you don't have a shop open. So if the cameras aren't there, what the fuck am I coming to work for? There's nothing to do. I don't even know what these niggas are talking about at this point. Lemire is stressed out. Okay, he and his mom are opening this new Philly cheesesteak truck. Okay, in honor of his brother who passed away. He still wants to open a shop. Barbie thought that, he would have fixed his situation with Nessie by now, but no. Lemire is another bitch ass nigga. Even though he's the lesser of the evils, he's a bitch ass nigga too. I'm sorry. We'll get into why, but he a bitch ass nigga too. And I'm gonna tell you why you a bitch ass nigga. I really don't have respect for men who know a nigga wrong but they won't hold them accountable because they don't want to get into it with them. I'm sorry, but something about a man being scared of another man because you don't want to piss him off, even though he's wrong and you know he's wrong, but you don't want to say anything because you don't want to make him mad. You pussy. Anyway, Star meets with the girls to talk about Tim being disrespectful. Then they get coochie steams while smoking hookah, which I felt like was counterproductive. Like, I understand I've had my first coochie steam before I went on my vacation, and it was relaxing. It was. But I'm really trying to understand why hookah. Because it's supposed to infuse herbs and shit in your vagina to like aid in your vagina's health. And then y'all sit there and smoke hookahs. Isn't hookah tobacco? Y'all let me know if hookah is a form of tobacco. Last time I checked, hookah was terrible for your body. Anybody that knows that have had issues or had surgeries, they know smoking does not do well for the inside of your body. It doesn't help you heal. So anything that steam was supposed to be doing to your vagina, I'm wondering what that hookah was doing in respect. Like, because those two things don't seem like they go together to me. But I guess, girl, I guess. Y'all just be liking to smoke hookah to have something in y'all mouth, I guess. Alana's mom talked to Star before they had this little meeting. Her mama is worried about her because she hasn't been at work like that. Her mom formed a relationship with Star over that season that we didn't see them film. So she decided to reach out to Star, have a conversation. She's worried about Alana. Alana is like a lot of you, young, dumb girls, y'all young and dumb. And then people that have experience and can see the road that y'all are going down, they trying to help you and you don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Like, all right, love. Okay. Like, I understand when your parents are too overprotective and they be too in your business and you got, all right, ma. Like, I get that. But your mama's feelings about your boyfriend are probably real. Like, he cheated on you and now he's in jail. And your mom is worried about you losing yourself in that relationship and not worrying about your business and what you need to do for yourself. And you are literally not going to work because your boyfriend in Arizona is in jail. So you're doing exactly what your mom is worried about. And then you get upset at Star. You get upset at your mom because they're worried about you. Even though you're doing exactly what your mom is worried about, which is losing yourself in a relationship with a man that can't do nothing for you because he's in jail right now. Okay, girl. Alana, I know you think your mom is overreacting, but you sound immature and stupid. We're going to let you have it, though. I'm just saying, the steam promotes, Brittany Mel, you said the steam promotes pregnancy. So I know what the steam is supposed to do. I'm saying hookah is not good for none of the shit that the steam is supposed to be good for. So isn't it counterproductive is what I mean. Okay? But those steams are supposed to do a lot of things, not just aid in pregnancy. Like, you get different types of steams for different reasons. Healing properties, supposed to be tightening the cooch, all kind of stuff. Add more moisture if you need more moisture. Like, all the ways around infusing your vagina with steam of, herbs and shit is supposed to be good for most of its processes. So my point was that the hookah is not good. If hookah is tobacco, that shit is not good for nothing in your vagina womb area. So I was just trying to understand why those two things were happening at the same time, because they are counterproductive of one another. But y'all know how the girls be these days. They don't care. They just doing shit because they heard somebody else do it. Thank you, Kendra. You get it. It's counterproductive. All right. I know. Okay, I'm not tripping. Yes. Okay. So Tim thinks Star is only there for the show. He doesn't care about fixing things with Star. They go on a trip to the Vatican. Star wasn't invited. Everybody tattoos. It's a good day. Thank you, Blue Jasmine. I needed that confirmation. Fibroids, etc. I do see that some hookahs have vegan products, but I do think it's not a good thing while doing that. Right? I was just like, what is this? I was like, this doesn't seem like they go together. But yeah, so that's what I think, Hannah. I think that hookah's worse. I don't like hookah. I have tried it. I do not like the way it makes me feel. Like, Girl, that do not make my insides, my lungs, my head. That it don't make me nauseous. Like I've tried it, and because me and the homegirls are like going down to the hookah bar because the hookah bar is a nice little vibe. So I would like to go, but I'm not a fan of how that shit make me feel. Okay, but anyway, like I said, it was Alana's little birthday, so they had a party after they was at the Vatican, did tattoos. And y'all, what is with the food truck lady? Can somebody explain to me why the food truck lady is always popping up? What's her name is Armani, I think. Y'all, I don't know who the food truck lady is. I don't know why she's there, but they invited her on this trip as well. And apparently back in the day, you know, in that time frame that we didn't see, she got into it with Star. They seem cool now, but it seemed like they, you know, they had some issues in the past. Either way, we're going to get to it in a second. But Alana invited Star. Star comes in. She apologizes to Tim. She apologizes to KP. They smile and say they forgive her. So she shakes her ass on him. And, you know, he smiles. But then in the confessional, he made up with her just for the moment. But later on, he like, you know, I wasn't really feeling her apology like that. Why? Why? Because I don't know if she really loyal. Why does she need to be loyal? I need for y'all to like make me understand what loyalty you expect from employees. And why y'all are always using that family buzzword. Because y'all throw people away and then try to hold them to this loyalty bullshit by calling the truck a family. Yeah, she the food truck lady because she own a food truck. And I don't know no other reason why she's involved besides the fact that she own a food truck. I don't get it. Either way, they didn't pass inspection. So now they have more shit to fix. They have to go down to the city about the ordinance. Tim says he didn't really accept Star's apology because she did it in front of everybody. I was like, well, she embarrassed you in front of everybody. So boy, bye. He thinks that everything Star does is for the TV show. And I think everything you do is because you are in love with KP. Like, I don't. Anyway, they don't know if she's serious or not. They can't afford another Barbie. I said, can somebody tell me what Barbie did besides say that Lemire was a better manager? Lemire is a better manager. Lemire gets all his permits. Lemire gets all his permits. He is a better manager. He would have been better than Tim to be your right-hand man because he has an expertise that you need. But that's not what you want. You want a yes man. You want somebody to walk around and make you feel like you're a big man because you have a minion. Tim is KP's minion. They think that they're friends, but yeah, Tim is just a muscle, a minion, security. That's all he is. He's not the brains. He shouldn't manage anybody. He can't even manage himself. Gonna sit up there talking about how Star can't, control her emotions. You can't control your mouth, you disrespectful ass nigga. So can somebody explain to me what Barbie did? Because I don't know. All I know is Barbie said that she felt like Lemire was a better manager of the shop. Last time I checked, KP, you were the owner. So what are you upset about that for? You need to understand you have you have negatives. You have places that you fall short. And so that's why you bring in somebody who has those strengths and not weaknesses in the spots that you have weaknesses so that they can help you. And you didn't want to do that because you felt sunned by Lemire because Lemire is from Philly and you wanted to make sure the Philly nigga knew that, you was tougher than him. You're not ready to be a businessman, KP. You're just not because you're worried about the wrong things and you don't even realize it. The food truck lady's ass. Oh my God. I said, ma'am, when did you do that to yourself and why? Did anybody know? I honestly like Ted more than Tim because at least Ted will check C's. Ted is still like more of an accomplished man on his own. So he's not a minion in the same way as I think. Like I would never call Ted a minion. Ted is a loyal ass family member and that's his best friend. But when something happens, he's the one that's gonna say, "C's, I know you think what you're doing is right, but you're not. And even though he's still, he's still gonna defend C's, he's still gonna fight with him, he's still gonna be a bitch ass nigga on his behalf sometimes. Ultimately, I still feel like Ted is not nearly as bad as Tim. Tim seems empty to me, like vacant of anything of real value inside of himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's your woman? Where's your business? Where are your friends? Where's your life? I don't see it. I see Ted's life. I see Ted's woman. I see Ted outside of C's. Do y'all see Tim outside of KP? No. And I think that KP is soft and mad that he's soft. He's the pretty boy. So you need the nigga Tim to be around you to make you feel safe that there's a do dirt nigga who's always willing to do dirt for you, right? Barbie and Danielle are doing a pop-up shop featuring both of their respective clothing lines. And they invite the women and tell them that Lemire is going to be opening his own tattoo shop. And they also talked about him getting in that accident because I think Lemire got burnt. Yeah. I think everybody found out that Lemire got burnt. Yeah, Lemire lit the pilot on his food truck and it blew up in his face, burnt his skin off on his face. He's okay, but it was definitely bad. What I cut you deep on? My bad. What I say? What I say? KP and Tim, make sure that we see them go drop off donations to Compton City Movement, which we appreciate y'all being of donation and of service in the community we do. But that, like, you can't treat the people in the community like shit and then want to show that you support the community. The people around you are the people in the community. Anyway, but when they did that, this is when Star came through to tell them what happened with her grandmother and the dementia. KP says that they need to be more supportive, and he checked Tim for the way Tim talked to her. And I'm like, why didn't you check Tim in front of everybody? Like, you should have stopped him. And that's the thing I don't respect about KP. If you didn't like that Tim was talking to her like that, why did you sit there like a child and not say anything? Like, you sat there like a fucking punk and waited until y'all were in private to tell Tim that he was fucked up. And Tim don't even think that he fucked up because y'all are still acting like Star had something to prove to y'all. It wasn't until she came to y'all a second time to apologize and told y'all what she was going through that now you want to be family. Family would have reached out to her to ask what was going on with her because she hadn't been showing up to work. I just wanted to check in and see if you were okay. You know, you hadn't been coming around a lot, and I know you got into it. So I just wanted to see if you were doing okay. That's what family is supposed to do. KP, you don't check on any of these people. You think they're supposed to be dick riding you or something, and it's weird. Okay? It's very, 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 very weird. So y'all, Lemire got back from the hospital after the food truck incident, and when I tell y'all, Danielle had me crying. I'm glad he's okay. Even though I feel like he an old bitch ass nigga, he's still more like Puma. Y'all, y'all gonna raise y'all family. Y'all gonna be there for y'all kids. Y'all gonna be men and take care of the people y'all are responsible for. And I will respect you for that, but I will still disrespect the fuck out of you when I see how y'all uphold other men on their bullshit and leave the women around y'all to defend and fend for themselves. Because to me, y'all are punks. Y'all are punks. Because y'all won't tell some ignorant nigga to sat his ass down somewhere. Y'all gonna allow for the women who you know are right to suffer. That's what y'all do. Y'all are punks. When you don't protect the weaker people around you and you only uphold the niggas that you scared of, you're a punk. You're a fucking punk. And all of that street shit to me go out the window when that's the type of shit that y'all niggas be on. But anyway, but I still felt so bad for Danielle when Danielle was sitting up there crying, thinking about if he would have died with a baby in her stomach and another small child right in front of her. I felt so bad for her. I cried. I ain't gonna lie. I cried with Danielle when Danielle sat on that sofa and cried. I did. Moving on from there, y'all. Voodoo meets with her dad, and the dad gave me creepy vibes. I wasn't feeling, that he was creepy before. But he asked her about this tattoo she had on her back of a Japanese mask that kind of looked, grotesque. And she says that she sees it as a protection tool, like it's a tattoo that's, meant to protect her from evil. And he gonna tell her, well, you don't need no mask to protect you because you got me. I'ma protect you. And I'm just like, I understand as a father that you want to fall into that role, but Voodoo is a grown woman who has been brutalized by the people nearest to her. Her protection is her own responsibility. I understand that you want to help, but don't you ever fucking disarm her so that she can rely on you for protection when she's a grown woman who has been traumatized and brutalized throughout her life, and you weren't there to protect her then. So don't fucking tell her that she doesn't need whatever tools she decides to use to protect herself at this point in life. Nigga, I'm giving you the side eye. She tattooed him, and it was supposed to be this beautiful moment and all of that, but something about that moment made me be like, okay, nigga, I got my eye on you. I don't like the fact that you're trying to disarm her. She has every reason to have her guards up with everybody that she comes into contact with, especially people that claim they love her, claim they her family, and wasn't there to protect her when people were doing things to her. Because you can't tell me that fucking stepdaddy didn't do what she said he did. I can't wait to get into Love After Lockup after this. But that daddy, I was definitely like, right, no, her biological father said that, not the stepdaddy, her real daddy. And I'm still side-eyeing him. I still felt like, what the fuck is this? Okay. Peace be to you, sis. I like you, but you are wrong about Voodoo Doll. She is fake for profit. I know because I am her stepdad. Okay, right, because I'm going to believe you. Okay, so this is what I need for y'all to understand. This is what I need for y'all to understand about me. You can't tell me that I'm wrong about Voodoo because I'm watching Voodoo as a result of what's been done. Voodoo as a woman needing to be over-sexualized, nose jobs, all of the things that she does all of that because somebody did something that fucked her up. I don't care who you are. I'm looking at the woman. And if a woman like Voodoo was raised by people that cared about her and loved her and poured into her positively, we wouldn't be seeing this version of her as an adult. So you ain't gonna fucking tell me what I'm right or wrong about when I know what I'm looking at. And another thing, how am I wrong when the stepdaddy was the one that told her that her biological daddy did something to her? And I'm sitting up here saying that I don't trust him, something wrong with him. And now you who's saying you her stepdaddy, child, we don't believe you. But you're now telling me that I'm wrong, even though I'm agreeing with what the stepdaddy allegedly said about the biological daddy. Because I feel like something is amiss. The way he tried to disarm her bothered me. Sorry, y'all. Things pop out at me that people may not notice. Oh, they gone now. Oh, all right then. Moving on from there. So KP's dad gets the ordinance situated. I'm about to get out of this so I can get into the next one, y'all. The girls have a dance class. Danielle tells them about Lemire almost dying. They tell them about the pop-up shop that Kevin, Nessie's ex, will be there at the pop-up shop. Then they talk about Lemire opening his tattoo shop. Star says that KP is not going to be happy about that since he sees Lemire as his enemy. Oh, I was right about that though? Oh, okay. I was right about that though, but I'm wrong. All right. Listen, I don't know what's going on, good sir, but I know when things look like something wrong, something is wrong. Period. Star goes to the shop to try and book appointments. Okay. So right after Star got that information, she goes to the shop because y'all supposedly are about to open because y'all got y'all ordinance situation corrected. So Star shows up to work. She like, I'm going to get preemptive. I'm going to book some clients so we can have some, whenever we do open, we can have some clients already booked. That's usually how these things go. You know what I'm saying? That's usually how these things go. But when she comes there to do it, Tim and KP tell her that they have to pass another inspection, so they're not ready for her to do that yet. So she's like, why y'all didn't tell me that? And they're like, oh, we was just trying to handle it. Okay, well, how's she supposed to do her job that you complaining that she not doing, Tim? See what I mean? See what I mean? She tells them the girls are ready to come back to work. They ask her, how do you know? She says, oh, well, Barbie invited me to an event and we all was hanging together. So now KP and Tim are mad because they feel like she's not loyal because she's still hanging around Barbie. And she's like, me being friends with Barbie has nothing to do with us being in business together. I'm not going to tell Barbie what we have going on. And another thing is, what do y'all have going on like that at this tattoo shop that if Barbie finds out about it, it's going to hinder your business in some way? Y'all are not selling drugs, are y'all? If y'all are not selling drugs, KP, what the fuck are you worrying about? To be honest, I'm wondering how you think Barbie is going to handle your process when you couldn't even get a fucking permit to open the shop. So explain to me how Barbie is going to hurt you. I don't understand it. I do not understand their hate for Barbie. And then Tim is like, well, I know I wouldn't be, kicking it with somebody that wasn't cool with him. And she was like, Barbie don't have a problem with him. He have a problem with Barbie. That is not the same thing. And KP is like, that's not loyal though. I need you to choose. She said, listen, I work here. I'm here. Okay. But you don't have to worry about me telling Barbie any of our business. So just let it go because you don't have to worry about that. I personally feel like y'all niggas are ignorant, immature, and y'all don't need to own businesses because I don't know what business you think you're going to work in when you're going to tell somebody who they can be friends with. That is not what this is about. And nobody should be loyal to a job. Nobody should be loyal to your job. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. The only thing you need to be loyal to is yourself, especially when it comes to a job. Y'all are not loyal to y'all artists. Y'all don't respect their time. Y'all don't respect their work. Y'all don't respect their energy. Y'all don't give them heads up. Y'all don't communicate. Y'all haven't gotten this shit together in enough time for them. Y'all have slacked. And y'all have been dishonest about the way y'all have been moving. But y'all want all this fucking loyalty that you speak of. Boy, get out of my face. Ain't no loyalty. Ain't no loyalty. I wish y'all stop with that shit. Ain't no motherfucking loyalty. Oh my God. Anyway, the pop-up shop, KP and Tim need to do better communicating because nobody knows what's going on, even though they want to go back to working with KP. Ken walks up to Nessie to ask if she's okay. And Nessie is like, nigga, why are you coming up to me asking me if I'm okay when you know? Y'all, I just remembered something. Fucking up. Hold up, y'all. Hold up, because we might have to postpone. Okay, y'all. The week has been long, so I'm gonna postpone the next live we supposed to do, and I'm gonna come to y'all as soon as I get back home. I forgot I had to go run an errand with my mom, so as soon as she gets here, I'm gonna go and then I'm gonna come back and do the other 2 shows for y'all. But let me finish up with this shit. So the Nessie Ken situation. Ken comes over to Nessie to check on her after he treated her very badly, and it's been a year since they talked to each other. So basically what she said was he cheated on her. He says that's not the reason why they broke up. He said the reason they broke up, and then he started talking about he was making a smoothie and she was trying to go run errands. And everybody is like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? She says it had nothing to do with no fucking smoothies being made. That was an argument they had, but that night she went through his phone and found out that he was cheating the way she thought he was. And that's when they had a problem and broke up. She called him a bitch at some point because this nigga is sitting up there trying to act like it was about the smoothie when the truth of the matter is when they broke up, he asked her for her shit, asked her to give money back. Like all kind of stupid shit. Dogged her out, said he wasn't emotionally attached to her. So it sounded like you was there with her, but cheating on her. And then when she found out you were cheating on her, then now you don't love her. She's the problem. You emotionally detached. Well, if you're emotionally detached, why are you over here arguing with her, Kevin? Can you tell us? Kevin, you just seem like an asshole. And Kevin goes over to Lemire. She storms off. Everybody follows behind her except for Lemire and them. And, Barbie, Ink, Art Ink, whatever fuck his name is, they go look after Nessie. And Lemire is standing there laughing, which I found so fucked up. But Kevin goes over him. See, that's why I can't deal with her, man. And Lemire is like, yeah, man, y'all need to just leave each other alone. And I was just like, he cheated. He cheated. And he's deflecting. And he's lying. And he's trying to make her out to seem like she's crazy or she's the bad guy. That's what he's doing. So why are you sitting in our faces acting like, they just don't need to be together? And then you're going to sit up there in the confessional and act like, I didn't want Nessie to feel like I didn't, have love for her. But you have never shown her any support. Anytime that Kevin has done her wrong, you have felt like you needed to defend, uphold, or smile in Kevin's face so that you can make sure your friendship with him was still intact. You never once thought that, let me reach out to her, let me call her, let me make sure she's okay. Never once did you feel like that was something that you wanted to do because your relationship with her, no matter how beneficial, wasn't that important to you. Lemire, you ain't shit. I'm gonna come back, y'all. Lemire ain't shit. I don't like the way you handle Nessie. I want Nessie to stop caring so much. I want Nessie to not involve herself in conversations with niggas that don't deserve her energy. So let me go, y'all. I love y'all, and I'll come back to y'all in about let's say about 4:30. I'll be back. All right. Peace out.